Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd. The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is the Network News for Monday, the 24th of August. I'm Tony Julien. And coming up in the headlines, escape quarantine patients back in custody. Candlelight vigil marks 1 year since Neil and Franklin's passing. Grenville Credit Union partners to boost youth skills. Grenada opens the Caribbean's first green cooling training center. In the region, Marcus Garvey's ideas remembered in Barbados. Further afield, landfill collapse in Guinea kills dozens. Coming up for you in sport, Eagle Super Strikers FC, Cameron and SAFL secured dominant wins in GFA Women's League. We'll have the details to those and other stories coming up for you right here in the Evening News Monday. It's all after the break. Stay with us.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue. Available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
And good evening, Tony Julien here with you once again. This time we begin with 2 men who'd escaped quarantine while being treated for tuberculosis. They're now back in the isolation unit at the General Hospital, this coming just 3 days after the Ministry of Health confirmed that a structural weakness at the hospital contributed to a previous escape. Now the latest incident has renewed concerns about security at that facility. But let's get more in a report from Shania McIntosh.
The 2 men who have been identified as Kendall Barry of Montu St. George and Dwight Ross, their escape comes 3 days after the Ministry of Health issued a statement confirming that a physical weakness in the hospital structure allowed Ross to escape quarantine. The ministry said the identified structural weakness was being addressed with urgency to prevent a similar situation from occurring. However, 3 days later, a second incident was reported with 2 individuals escaping the facility. Both men are now in police custody. The incident have sparked serious concerns among members of the public, particularly over the security measures in place for patients being quarantined at the hospital. General practitioner Dr. Sonia Nixon says tuberculosis or TB is a serious infectious disease that can affect the lungs and spread from person to person. She advises anyone experiencing a persistent cough to seek medical attention.
Coughing for more than 2 weeks, you really should go to the doctor, right? If you're having night sweats and weight loss and all the rest, you should go to the doctor. If you've been in contact with somebody who you know has had TB, you should go to the doctor. Right? If you know you've had TB before and you have not finished your treatment and your symptoms are coming back, you should go to your doctor. Right? If somebody's diagnosed with tuberculosis, they need to be isolated from the rest of the population because it spreads so very easy.
Persons are encouraged to visit a doctor if they have a cough lasting more than 2 weeks, particularly when symptoms appear more serious than those associated with the common flu. Meanwhile, the opposition New National Party is calling on the Minister of Health to provide clear and transparent answers amid growing public concern surrounding the reported tuberculosis cases. In a press statement, statement issued, the NNP said the ministry has a responsibility to provide timely information on the measures being taken to protect patients, healthcare workers, first responders, and the wider public. The party is asking the ministry to clarify what safeguards are in place if an individual who may be infectious leaves care or cannot be located. It is also questioning whether police officers and other first responders are properly trained and equipped to assist in such situations, and whether previous concerns or incidents have resulted in a review of the existing arrangements. NNP Public Health spokesperson Dr. Mayana Charles says the public should not have to rely on social media for answers about matters concerning public safety and the public health. The party stresses that its concerns are not about blaming or stigmatizing patients or frontline workers, but ensuring the patients receive proper care, frontline workers are protected, and the public receives accurate information. Reporting for GBN News, Shania McIntosh.
Meanwhile, the Health Minister, Philip Telesford, had explained how the 2 tuberculosis patients had managed to escape from the General Hospital's isolation unit before being quickly recaptured and returned to care.
Receiving treatment for tuberculosis at the isolation unit of the General Hospital left the facility without authorization after forcing open a secured iron gate and exiting through the rear of the compound. The patients have been identified as Mr. Dwight Ross and Mr. Kendall Barry. Nursing staff in duty at the time acted swiftly and appropriately, alerting the police immediately. I wish to place on record my commendation of these officers who responded professionally under what was undoubtedly a distressing and frightening situation.
The minister said the men, Dwight Ross and Kendall Barry, are now back under medical supervision. He confirmed that no hospital staff were harmed during the incident, but the minister did stress that tuberculosis, while it's treatable and curable, is still encouraging anyone who may have had close or prolonged contact with the patients to seek free screening at a health facility. He said the Ministry of Health is now investigating the incident.
I have directed a full review of the security infrastructure and staffing arrangement at the isolation unit, including the physical integrity of doors, gates, and perimeter access. Also, duress alarm system and safety protocols for staff assigned to the isolation facility. Patient support, counseling, and adherence services so that patients are less likely to abandon treatment. This ministry will act decisively on the findings of the review, and the public will be updated as further information becomes available.
In another development this evening, family, friends, and well-wishers gathered in Brazil on Sunday night for a candlelight vigil commemorating the first anniversary of Neil Franklin's death, a loss that continues to resonate deeply with those who knew him. Relatives, friends, and well-wishers gathered in Brazil on Sunday night for a candlelight vigil commemorating the first anniversary of Neil Franklin's death, a loss that continues to resonate deeply with those who knew him. Throughout the years since the sudden passing of Neil Franklin, the tragedy still weighs heavily on family and loved ones alike. On Sunday night, the Brazil community came together in a solemn candlelight vigil honoring Franklin's memory and marking the first anniversary of his death. Candles illuminated the gathering as participants donned T-shirts bearing Franklin's image and holding placards calling for justice. The evening was filled with memories, tears, and heartfelt reflection as those closest to Franklin found the pain of his loss resurfacing. During the vigil, Franklin's mother addressed the crowd, breaking her silence to respond to both questions and claims surrounding her son's death.
To the family and friends, put your trust in God, for He knows your heart, and he said to us, he will never leave us nor forsake us. Trust in him, and in due time, you will reap your harvest. You will get your reward. Amen.
Others at the vigil shared personal stories and emotional tributes, recalling Franklin's impact on their lives.
We are not simply gathered to say goodbye. We are gathered to say thank you. So as we journey through this service, I invite everyone to reflect, to remember, to laugh when a beautiful memory arises, and if tears come, allow them as well. Once again, welcome, and thank you for being here to honor the life and legacy of Leland Franklin.
Jonathan Lacrette, the night's featured speaker, urged attendees to look beyond their grief and reflect on the lessons that could be drawn from Franklin's life and passing.
We miss Leland and we love him. At the same time, his death can do many positive things. And one of those things is to draw persons closer to God. Because a life yet so young, with so much time before him, has gone on to meet his maker.
Back in May, police had disclosed that after consultations with the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP, the case would proceed to a coroner's inquest. Authorities have not released further details about the circumstances of Franklin's death. However, a coroner's inquest is a judicial inquiry held to determine the facts surrounding a person's death, including how and when it occurred. Franklin's family and friends continue to hope that his memory will inspire compassion, change, and a renewed call for justice. Grenada is hosting the 22nd Caribbean Internet Government Forum, CICF, from the 24th to the 26th of August. So again, the Caribbean Internet Governance Forum, CIGF, and again, that's from the 24th to the 26th of August. It's with the theme From Connectivity to Capability. This year's conference emphasizes the Caribbean's role as a contributor to global internet governance, the regional shift from cybersecurity to cyber resilience. Reporter Adriel Seeley has more.
The 22nd Caribbean Internet Governance Forum kicked off on Monday under the theme From Connectivity to Capability, Shaping a Resilient, Trusted and Innovative Digital Caribbean. Convened by the Caribbean Telecommunications Union, the event is supported by partners such as the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, ICANN, and the American Registry for Internet Numbers, ARIN. Day one of the conference began with interactive capacity building sessions, including an introduction to Internet governance, which refers to the development and application of shared principles, rules, and programs for the Internet by governments, the private sector, and civil society. Building on the example of Alan Emtage, a Barbadian who created the first search engine, Archie, speakers emphasized the Caribbean's role not just as an adopter of technology, but as a contributor to its development. According to Bevel Wooding of ARIN, the Caribbean's expertise and experience provide the world with valuable lessons in Internet governance challenges such as disaster resilience, infrastructure recovery, and operations across vast jurisdictions.
Contributing over the next few days, it's not just the Caribbean issues for Caribbean-like states, it's Caribbean issues for locales where these conditions that we live in and experience are relevant to them as well. And so our voices and our articulation of the concerns, the priorities and the preferences actually shape how other regions developed and developing go about trying to find ways to address their own concerns.
Speakers also presented on the CARICOM Cybersecurity and Cybercrime Action Plan and the CARICOM Cyber Resilience Strategy. The frameworks emphasize boosting public awareness and building capacity as part of the shift from simply preventing digital attacks to maintaining operations despite them. Utica Alves of the CARICOM Secretariat said this regional approach is increasingly important due to the targeted activity of bad actors.
Cyber resilience instead determines that we have to proactively manage the risk. We have to ensure that we're able to come back up in a sufficient time. We're able to manage our disaster manage the resources, ensure that even if we are attacked and when we are attacked, our systems don't stay down and the data of our citizens doesn't end up on the dark web or somewhere else.
The conference continued in the afternoon with the 5th Caribbean Youth Internet Governance Forum, where young leaders in technology discussed artificial intelligence, inclusivity, and monetizing content creation. Over the next 2 days, the program will include the official opening ceremony, a feature address by Minister for ICT Ron Redhead, and several panel discussions. Deidre Seeley, GBN News.
And still ahead in the Network News Monday, the Caribbean calling for smarter climate financing at Global Summit. Details to those and other stories still ahead. Stay with us.
This summer, your plans don't have to wait. Take that dream vacation. Experience Carnival like never before. Invest in your education. Renovate your home. Or finally tackle those big plans you've been putting off. With the Ariza Credit Union Awesome August Loan, you can borrow up to $75,000 for any purpose. Dream bigger, travel farther, learn more, improve your home. Whatever your goal, we're ready to help you get there. Visit any Ariza Credit Union branch. Apply today and turn your plans into reality with fast, convenient financing and the trusted service you have come to expect. Ariza Credit Union, your financial freedom, your future. Loans are subject to approval. Terms and conditions apply. See us for complete details.
Did you know a lower electricity bill is something we all can achieve with consistent energy management? Pay attention to changes in your monthly bill. Has the fuel charge increased or decreased? Have you used more or less electricity? Monitor changes in your household activities. Visitors or more activities during the holidays can increase your electricity bill. Save energy and spare your pocket.
We search for brilliance, looking far, asking wide, not realizing it's been right here all along. Makers, storytellers, dreamers shaping color, rhythm, and vision into something only Grenadians can create. But for too long, we've been working in the dark, hidden, overlooked, out of reach. Until now, Goka's Creative Directory brings everyone, creatives, businesses, and the community into one connected space. Find the artist who understands your vision, the jeweler whose craft speaks for itself, the storyteller and musician whose work reflects who we are. Visit us at creativeaffairs.gov.gd. Your next collaboration is only one search away.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits. Terms and conditions apply. Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
The Caribbean's highly anticipated international drags returns to the Spice Isle of Grenada. The Grenada Motor Club proudly presents the King Ocean International Drags, September 26th and 27th at the Pearls International Speedway. Get ready for what is anticipated to be one of the largest international drag racing events the Caribbean has ever seen. Witness some of the fastest and most powerful drag racing machines in the Caribbean, along with international participation from across the region, North America and South America. 2 days of speed, power, adrenaline, and non-stop action. And it doesn't stop at drag racing. Expect some special drift entertainment, appearances from some of the Caribbean's top influencers, and so much more. Mark the dates, September 26th and 27th. The King Ocean International Drags. The Caribbean is coming to the Spice Isle. You don't want to miss this one.
Grenada, we're back again. Faith Pentecostal Tabernacle presents Turning Point 4 Grand Finale, taking place at the Gateway Conference Center, Saturday, September the 5th, 2026 at 7 p.m. sharp. Come and find out what will happen to Officer Brown. Will he finally get married? How about Sheila? Will she ever stop the gossip and have a turnaround? How about the ghost, Raymond? Will he ever be found? All these and more will be answered at Turning Point 4, the grand finale. Your tickets cost $50 more at the door. Don't forget your ticket outlet, Gittins Pharmacy, St. George, and Grand Anse. Turning Point 4, the finale.
Should I have seen that? Listen to me. Don't question, you know I'm gifted. Okay?
Your Honor, something has to be wrong here.
No, nothing is wrong.
Brothers and sisters, I'm blocking out.
Bye, Grenada. See you soon. Spend it when you have it.
You saw my card. You saw my.
Mommy, she come back again. Mommy, she coming again.
Rosaline! Rose!
You guys, let's go. We'll figure something out. Oh, you see what happened to me? Don't get caught off guard. Get your water tanks at On The Spot Hardware today.
In Grenada, sports aren't just a game, they're a way of life. They teach discipline, teamwork, and resilience. They inspire the next generation to push boundaries and chase excellence. That's why the Investment Migration Agency of Grenada is proud to support sports initiatives as part of our commitment to youth and national development. When we invest in sports programs, we invest in the future. We invest in the health and well-being of our youth, and we invest in broadening Grenada's reach, proudly connecting our athletes, our talent, and our nation to a global community. Together, we all go further. The Investment Migration Agency. Unlock the possibilities.
Life doesn't stand still. It moves. It grows. It asks you to believe in what's next. Your first car. Owning your home, the business you build, the future you choose to invest in. Life moves in steps. When you're ready to take the next one, we're here to help you move forward with banking solutions designed for life. From vehicle financing and mortgages to education savings, credit solutions, and support for your growing business. Republic Bank, ready for life, every step.
Hi, I want $10 on Playway, $20 backup on Pick 3, and cash for each, please. Okay, are you adding multi-X to your bet? Yes, multi-X, all of them. Smart. Best value bet. Backup and multi-X, you cannot go wrong. Don't matter the bet, multi-X all of the daily games.
With Multi-X added, your winnings can be multiplied 3 times, 5 times, even 7 times. So make it a rule. Add Multi-X to all your playway, daily pick 3, and daily cash for bets every day and for every drop, and watch your money grow. Available at stores and online.
You heard it here. Multiply your winnings daily. Must be 18 or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Life doesn't stand still. It moves. It grows. It asks you to believe in what's next. Your first car. Owning your home. The business you build. The future you choose to invest in. Life moves in steps. When you're ready to take the next one, we're here to help you move forward with banking solutions designed for life. From vehicle financing and mortgages to education savings, credit solutions, and support for your growing business. Republic Bank, ready for life, every step.
And welcome back to the evening news. This time round, we find that a magnitude 4.1 earthquake was recorded in Grenada early on Sunday morning. That tremor has renewed questions about Grenada's earthquake preparedness. While most Grenadians are familiar with hurricane preparedness, earthquakes strike without warning. Our reporter Eugenia Peters looks now at whether Grenada has an earthquake culture and how prepared we actually are for a stronger event.
Sunday's 4.1 was a reminder that the ground beneath us can move at any time. But has Grenada adopted a culture of preparedness for earthquakes as we have for hurricanes?
The advice is simple: drop, cover, and hold on. But how familiar are Grenadians with that response? And would they know how to use it when the ground starts shaking? Disaster risk management specialist Sylvan McIntyre says Sunday's 4.1 magnitude earthquake should not be ignored.
The damage we've had recorded in the Caribbean has been just beyond that, 5, 6, and so forth. But because in some cases there are areas that may not be very stable, there are some buildings that may have not been built to particular building codes, they can have some effects. So it is important that any tremor at any level should be some cause of concern, and not just having the tremor, but the frequency with which they occur. If you beat on a particular area, beat it once, twice, the result you may get beaten it 7 and 8 times will be different. You're shaking the same spot, and then you have a weak spot occurring.
Grenadians are accustomed to preparing for hurricanes, but earthquake preparedness requires a different response. National Disaster Coordinator Terence Walters says public awareness and preparedness are key.
We must be mindful that the possibility of a major one occurring, okay, it is there. Okay, it's possible that can happen. It's real. So we must be mindful of that. As we say, drop, cover, hold, but you may be in a room that has nothing for you to cover under or hold on to, right? So you as an individual, you must make some sort of decision, take a decision based on where you are, based on the circumstances. So the National Disaster Management Agency, we continue to educate the population, let people know, how they can prepare for earthquakes, how they can respond. But like we say, there's no early warning system, and it's something where you have to educate yourself as an individual.
Preparedness also extends to the country's buildings and infrastructure. Grenada's building regulations include seismic safety requirements on the SRO 42 of 2016 Building, which adopts the regional OECS building code. The code sets standards for construction to account for earthquake forces, including structural reinforcement, to reduce the risk of building failure. Critical facilities, including schools, hospitals, and shelters, are also subject to structural requirements aimed at improving resilience.
Earthquakes may be unpredictable, but a response doesn't have to be. And as Grenada strengthens its disaster preparedness, experts say being ready for earthquakes must also become part of our culture. For GBN News, I am Eugenia Peters.
An appeal for inclusion, true restoration of degraded land, and proper financing. That was all made from one of the highest offices in the United Nations to the leaders and stakeholders participating in the United Nations Convention to combat desertification ongoing in Mongolia. Jared Joseph, he has the details.
According to the Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations, Amina Mohammed, since 2000, droughts have increased in frequency and duration by 29%, with 3 out of every 4 people estimated to be affected by 2050. She was speaking at the opening ceremony for a high-level session on financing, which followed the ministerial meeting of the ongoing conference of the United Nations Convention to combat desertification. Noting decades of lived experiences and expertise at the conference to combat desertification, Mohammed stated that it is an opportune time to turn that knowledge into delivery.
By restoring land at scale, financing national action, and putting the people who live in and from the land in the lead.
The Deputy Secretary General noted that this should start with a scale, which is to build beyond individual projects and put in national plans to work, which leave no one behind. Noting that up to 40% of the world's land is degraded, she said individual projects can prove what works, but they cannot restore land at the scale and sense of urgency needed.
More than 70 countries have developed national drought plans with the support from UNCCD. Many of you have done that work. You know best what your countries need. The challenge now is to have the fiscal space so that those plans can go from resolutions to reality.
The UN Deputy Secretary General added that while the settings differ across countries, the lesson that restoration strengthens resilience when it protects how people make a living and thrive remains the same.
Scale also means connecting restored land to water and the wider economy. Producers need the infrastructure, skills and technology to reach markets, selling what they produce. And this includes through the new era of technology and e-commerce.
To succeed, Mohammed pressed that national programs, cooperation across borders, and sustained investments are critical for restored lands to recover. She said scaling up would depend on predictable and sustainable financing to ensure implementation, thus countries will need long-term investment.
We already have the tools to move this forward. The Riyadh Global Drought Resistance Partnership and its investment facility can help countries turn drought plans into well-funded programs. Business for Land can bring companies into that effort. But those tools only make a difference if countries can reach them and can use them.
The Deputy Secretary General called for finance to be readily available so that countries can invest in their national adaptation plan regarding drought, desertification, and climate resilience, noting that the convention determines how land restoration will be financed. She appealed for all stakeholders to be engaged from the beginning to co-create, given secure rights and genuine inclusion in how investments will be deployed. I am Gerard Joseph reporting.
A decisive shift in how Caribbean island nations fight climate vulnerability and land degradation. That's emerging on the global stage. Once again, Jared Joseph has more on that developing story.
Speaking from the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification Summit, COP17 in Mongolia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines Minister for Agriculture, Israel Bruce, issued a powerful call to international development partners: stop relying on piecemeal short-term project financing. Instead, he is calling for structured agricultural investment systems built specifically for small island developing states. For decades, Caribbean agriculture has been caught in a frustrating cycle. Local authorities draft climate adaptation concepts, but these ideas stumble when trying to secure bankable global finance. At a high-level ministerial dialogue on innovative financial mechanisms, Minister Bruce made the case that small island states need smarter, more accessible financing, a framework that connects early-stage design directly with local agricultural realities.
This dialogue goes beyond merely seeking additional funds. It is about creating a financing system that aligns with the unique challenges and opportunities facing our small island developing states.
He identified the need for this financing to move beyond projects and connect various attributes, including credit infrastructure, climate finance, water access.
These resources work in synergy development rather than in isolation. To achieve these excellencies, we must transition from project financing to investment financing that considers the broader conditions that affect our farmers. This includes ensuring access to reliable water, adequate infrastructure, necessary agricultural support services, etc. These elements form the backbone of our agricultural investment infrastructure.
Minister Bruce pointed to regional models that prove integrated approaches work, such as St. Vincent's Farmer Support Company, the Caribbean Development Bank's infrastructure backing, and the Global Environment Facility's climate grants. However, the minister noted that when these mechanisms operate in isolation, local food producers suffer.
We also recognize the critical role of science and data in this process. By implementing soil analysis and geospatial systems, we can better identify where investment should be directed, reducing uncertainty and enabling smarter decision-making.
By leveraging regional bodies like the Partnership Initiative for Sustainable Land Management, the minister noted that island nations can pool data, reduce risk, and build investment-ready proposals together. If global institutions answer this call to fund early-stage project preparation, the impact across the Caribbean could be immediate. It means turning abstract climate pledges into reliable irrigation networks, stronger credit lines for local smallholders, and enhanced food security for the entire region. I am Gerard Joseph reporting.
Later on in the evening news Monday, we'll have the latest sporting highlights for you. All for now, though, do stay with us for GBN I Saw.
A good eye catches all. GBN I Saw is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Oh, I got my glasses from Clear Vision Eye Center.
I got my glasses at Clear Vision Eye Center.
Clear Vision Eye Center.
Clear Vision Eye Center.
Our citizen journalist is showing off her large pumpkin harvested in her home garden in tonight's GBN I Saw. Pumpkins are generally round and yellowish to orange in color, although the size, shape, and color can vary depending on the variety. They have a thick outer rind that's smooth and ribbed, as well as a stem that connects the pumpkin to its leafy plant. The seeds of all pumpkin species are edible and are commonly roasted. We thank our citizen journalist for that submission. Our ISO line is open for your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Evening News Monday on Channel 7 and 11 GBN TV. It is indeed. And coming up for you after the break, Grenada opens the Caribbean's first green cooling training center.
children without breaking the bank? Well, this year the answer is simple. Head straight to Cathwell Stationery on Scott Street, where the math is mathing for back-to-school shopping. It's a massive back-to-school Payless sale. Great bargains, friendly smiles, and we've got your entire book list covered. Listen to this. Notebooks, 4 for only $10. Exercise books, a whole dozen for $10. And we don't stop there. Line up the school bags, pens, pencils, sharpeners, and erasers. Grab the rulers, drawing books, book covers, and crayons. From geometry sets and copy paper for the big kids to Play-Doh and paint for the little ones, Cathwell's has every single box checked. Because honestly, why pay more elsewhere when you can pay less and get the best at CSS? Save your pockets while they chase success. Find us on Scott Street, St. George's, or give us a call at 442-5848 or 442-5747.
Claim your keys, open the door to more than you imagined before. New home, fresh start, make moves and play it smart. Expand, invest or renew. ACB's right there with you. With ACB Home Advantage Mortgages, you get up to 100% financing, reduced fees, and a $100,000 unsecured credit card. Claim your keys, open the door to more than you imagined before with ACB.
Terms and conditions apply.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
Means new opportunities, but it also means new expenses. From uniforms and books to laptops, transportation and school supplies, Grenville Cooperative Credit Union Limited is here to help. Apply for a back-to-school loan and give your child the confident start they deserve with affordable financing and friendly service from the credit union you know and trust. Visit your nearest Grenville Cooperative Credit Union branch or call us today for more information. Grenville Cooperative Credit Union Limited, helping members build brighter futures, one school year at a time.
Life's about to pop. I wanna play with cash pop. Life's about to pop. Oh yeah, with cash pop. Pick your number 1 to 50. See your price right when you play. 5,000 they come win easy. Cash pops. One number, that's all you need. Win up to 2,500 indeed. Life's about to pop. I wanna play with cash pop.
Must be 18 or older to play. NLA supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium.
Welcome back, and as we continue on the Evening News Monday, we find that the Grenville Cooperative Credit Union is strengthening its support for youth development, and that's through a new partnership focused on building financial and entrepreneurial skills. The credit union has signed a Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, with the New Life organization, committing $25,000 over a 2-year period, and that's to support the initiative. The collaboration will provide young people with training in financial management, entrepreneurship, workplace preparedness, and community development. The Chief Executive Officer of the New Life organization, Sister Margaret Yamoa, says that the partnership is expected to create greater opportunities for students, and that would include pathways to employment.
And so this partnership about the financial literacy, the entrepreneurship with the small business development, all those items that are going to be covered under the second part of the program is something that is going to rest and cool my soul, so that I know that when they finish, not everybody is going to sit down and wait to be employed, but that they can create employment even from their bedrooms.
Well, the initiative is certainly aimed at equipping young people with practical knowledge and skills to help them become more financially capable, employable, and active contributors to their communities. Grenada Green Cooling Center, well, that has launched the Caribbean's first green cooling training center, specifically at the T.A. Marichaud Community College. The facility was unveiled on Friday at the close of a regional green cooling training program organized by the National Ozone Unit and the Green and Blue Skills Project with support from GILS. The center will train refrigeration and air conditioning technicians in the safe installation, servicing, and maintenance of systems, and all using natural and flammable refrigerants. It features specialized ATEX-approved equipment that allows technicians to gain hands-on experience while safely working with flammable refrigerants, including hydrocarbons. Now, the facility itself is also designed to demonstrate green cooling in practice. It is powered by solar energy, while its air conditioning systems use natural refrigerants. The new center follows Grenada's establishment of the region's first recovery, recycling, and reclamation center, which officials say further strengthens the country's efforts to develop skills in climate-friendly cooling technologies. The long-term vision is for the facility to become a regional center of excellence for green cooling, providing technical training and knowledge-sharing opportunities for technicians and stakeholders across the Caribbean. It's the Evening News for Monday, and do stay with us. We have the sporting highlights coming up next.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
With just $5, catch your lucky break and double your money with $25,000 scratchy for the same price. Win easy with money, and electric sevens. Check out these scratch games at authorized lottery agents across the Tri-Island. Over $1.5 million in total prizes and as much as $25,000 can be won on just one ticket of each game. Play scratch today. Absolutely no draws and no waiting. Just chances at instant winnings. Scratch, win easy. Must be 18 or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Special evening to you indeed, sporting fans, and ladies first as the rule this evening with the Grenada Football Association, or GFA's Women's League. They delivered a high-scoring weekend as Eagle Super Strikers FC Cameron and SAFL all secured victories without conceding a single goal. In the opening match, Eagle Super Strikers set the tone with a comfortable 3-0 shutdown victory over Christian Strikers, controlling the tempo from kickoff to earn all 3 points. FC Cameron replicated that scoreline in the second fixture, defeating Royal Grenada Police Force FC 3-0 in a disciplined performance that kept their opponents from finding the back of the net. The most dramatic result of the weekend, though, came in the final fixture, where SAFL put on an overwhelming offensive display, dismantling Honved FC 10-0 in a one-sided clash, with 3 clean sheets across the fixture list and 16 total goals scored. The latest round of matches highlights the growing intensity of rising competition within the GFA Women's League season. On now to weekend action, with top-of-the-table Paradise FCI and defending champion St. John's Sports Club securing crucial wins at Victoria Park. That was to maintain their positions at the summit of the standings. In a commanding display, league leaders Paradise FCI defeated Sab Spartan Sports Club 3-1. That was to consolidate their hold on first place. Paradise wasted no time asserting their dominance, with Keston Williams opening the scoring in the 13th minute. Just 1 minute later, Joshua Isaac doubled the lead in the 14th minute, putting the Spartans on the back foot early. Isaac struck again early in the second half, netting his second goal of the match in the 54th minute to make it 3-0. Sab Spartans managed a consolation goal through Deshaun Alexander in the 70th minute, but the league leaders held firm to secure all 3 points. The second fixture at Victoria Park, second place St. John's Sports kept pace with the leaders by edging out SAFL, the St. Andrews Football League, of course that is, in a tightly contested 1-0 victory. The match remained deadlocked until the second half, when Sherwin Joseph broke the stalemate with a decisive strike in the 65th minute. The solidarity goal was enough to earn the defending champion a vital win. On to leaderboard, Paradise FCI continuing to set the pace at the top of the 2026-27 GFA Premier League standings, sitting on 23 points and following 9 matches played in the current campaign. St. John's Sports holds second place with 19 points, keeping pressure on the leaders with a strong run of form that includes 4 wins in their last 5 outings. Queen's Park Rangers QPR FC trail closely behind in third position on 18 points, maintaining a solid campaign to round out the top 3 contenders. Further down the table, the St. David's FC occupied 4th place with 14 points, followed by FC Cameron and Hard Rock FC, who sit level on 12 points apiece in 5th and 6th positions respectively. Hurricanes FC rests in 7th place with 10 points, while Honved FC hold 8th on 8 points. Rounding out the bottom of the standings, SAFL occupy 9th position with 7 points, while SAP Spartans remain at the foot of the 10-team table in 10th place with 1 point. On to Pan American Karate. Grenada's top young martial artists, that's Lorenzo Ashnagi and Aiden Reshia. They are already on the ground in Costa Rica conducting final training sessions ahead of the 35th Pan American Karate Championships. The elite duo arrived early to acclimatize and fine-tune their skills for the prestigious Continental Showcase, which officially runs from the 24th to the 30th of August. Organized by the Pan American Karate Federation, PKF, in partnership with the World Federation, WKF, the event features the region's top youth talent. Aiden Rashia will make his official international debut for Grenada on the 28th of August, stepping onto the tatami to compete in the cadet 70 kg Kumite division. Lorenzo Ashnagi will follow on the 29th of August, fighting in the junior 55 kg Kumite division, as he targets a strong performance and a spot on the podium. The Grenada Karate Federation, GKF, noted that this tournament follows months of rigorous preparation, representing a major step forward in elevating local competitive karate on the global stage. The latest sporting highlights there for you, with still to come a wrap on the evening news. And now turning to regional and international developments, we first see that a special event in Barbados looked back at the life and teachings of Marcus Garvey. 89 years after he spoke to hundreds of people in Queen's Park, Garvey's son, Dr. Julius Garvey, and Prime Minister Mia Mottley had a discussion about his legacy, self-determination, and what young people can learn from his example. This report now from CBU.
Sir Marcus Garvey's message of self-determination, dignity, and African identity is being placed firmly back into the national conversation. His son, Dr. Julius Garvey, returned to Barbados to reflect on his father's life, his philosophy, and the influence it continues to have across generations.
I've always considered it an honor, something to live up to. And again, I think that's my mother's teaching, because one of her admonitions was, don't forget your name is Garvey. Whatever you do, we can't disgrace the name. You have to live up to the name Garvey. So I always had that feeling that it was a privilege to be Garvey. And I always tried to carry myself in that sense, to do the best that I could do, shall we say. So I never considered it really a burden.
Dr. Garvey says carrying the Garvey name was never a burden, although there were expectations that he would follow directly in his father's footsteps.
I always wanted to be me, and that was my idea of my own independence as a growing up individual, not a clone of my dad. I never felt that I had to be like my dad in that sense. And fortunately, my inclinations were never political in terms of leadership role. So my inclinations, as you know, were medical and so on.
Prime Minister Motley says the Garvey message remains relevant at a time when young people face what she describes as a new form of captivity, that of the mind.
I fear that our young people are in danger of walking open-eyed into captivity yet again. And this time, the captivity is not the enslavement of human bodies, but it is truly the enslavement of human minds.
The Prime Minister says Barbados must continue its process of self-repair by empowering people through education, economic opportunity, and a stronger sense of identity.
We are on our way with respect to economic enfranchisement. We're not where we want to be, and that is why I've indicated that the distance that the government must run and carry the country now will only be carried, and Cabinet today can reaffirm that point, can only be carried if we walk in tandem with the people of this country and allow the investments to take place, allowing our people not to be simply tenants in their own land, but owners of all that they can survey.
The discussion also examined the Right Excellent Sir Marcus Garvey's 2025 posthumous pardon in the United States and the continuing campaign for his formal exoneration. His son says the work to secure that exoneration continues. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
Further afield now, we find that a landfill disaster has at least 30 people dying after that landfill collapsed in Conakry, Guinea, following heavy rain. Many more people are missing. Some rescuers were also buried while helping others. Residents had warned the government about the dangers, but say that their concerns were ignored.
Somewhere beneath this mountain of garbage, people are buried. Some of the poorest and most vulnerable in Guinea live in the shadows of this giant open-air city-run waste site in the country's capital, Conakry. Recent government pledges that the landfill was going to be closed and relocated due to the danger it posed came too late.
At 2 a.m., we were sleeping when we heard a loud noise. There were 4 or 5 people from the family who went out to see what had happened. They went out, suddenly we saw this first break, but the rubbish had not yet come this far. Then the second wave came and knocked over the house.
After the first landslide struck, community members rushed to help those buried, only to become victims themselves.
When the young people mobilized to go over there was a second landslide then. All the people who went there to help ended up being buried.
There is anger and anguish here as the search continues for many of those too young to flee in the darkness. In some cases, entire families were buried together. Authorities are now pledging to mobilize resources for those affected. But residents who've been protesting against having to live surrounded by garbage and human waste for years say the deaths are the consequence of government inaction.
We, the young people of Dar es Salaam neighborhood, did everything we could to prevent this. We organized sit-ins. We invited the officials from the relevant departments, but they didn't take it seriously. I blame the state because it didn't take the necessary measures to have the dump closed.
Guinea's Prime Minister visited the site of the landslide, urging the community to remain calm and show solidarity at this time of tragedy. A tragedy the community says was completely avoidable. Mike Lappel, Al Jazeera.
And a truly tragic loss of life there indeed. Further afield, bringing us to the end of the evening news. Just for our wrap-up, that's to come of some of the main stories you may have missed earlier. And to remind you of some of the main stories now, escaped quarantine patients are now back in custody. A candlelight vigil has marked 1 year since Neilon Franklin's passing. The Grenville Credit Union partners to boost youth skills. Grenada opens the Caribbean's first green cooling training center. From the region, Marcus Garvey's ideas remembered in Barbados. Further afield, landfill collapse in Guinea has killed dozens. And in sport, congratulations to Eagle Super Strikers, FC Cameron and SAFL on securing dominant wins in GFA Women's League. We've had details to those and other stories. If you've missed any part of the newscast, remember there'll be a rebroadcast of it from 10 o'clock tonight. All for now, Tony Julien along with the rest of the news team here at the Grenada Broadcasting Network wishing you a good night.